And we continue our coverage of Mental Health Week as well as our focus on youth mental health. Joining me now is Joanne from Cornwall's Youth Hub. Welcome, Joanne.
Hi, great. Thank you so much for having me on.
So the Youth Hub is relatively new. I believe it officially had a grand opening in March, and then the COVID-19 pandemic kind of came along. But first, let's just introduce what the Cornwall Youth Hub is to our viewers.
Yeah, so the Cornwall Youth Hub is a one-stop shop for any youth aged 12 to 25. If youth are looking for help with mental health counseling, addiction or substance use, sexual health, see a nurse and get prescriptions, for youth looking for a job, help with resumes, housing, poverty, food, whatever the need is for anything a youth has aged 12 to 25, we're the place to come in Cornwall.
Wow, and obviously the need was there for such a one-stop shop. So maybe talk to me about that and why it was so important to put everything in that one resource.
Yeah, well, we heard from youth that they really didn't know where to go, and sometimes they didn't want to reach out and reach out to the wrong person or talk to their parents about the help they needed, or they were worried they'd go to the wrong place for help. What's really unique about our Youth Wellness Hub is we have a peer support worker who is the first person youth will meet with. And that's a youth herself who has been through many experiences that some of our youth have been through as well. So it's not at all a clinical kind of an environment. It's a very casual, comfortable place to come. And certainly now with COVID, we've transitioned to being able to offer some phone support.
All right, so let's talk about that. Like many organizations you just alluded to, you've had to pivot a little bit and offer that support. So talk to me about those programs.
Yeah, so our hub is actually a partnership between 16 different organizations in SDG and Cornwall and Akwesasne area. And because not one person knows and can help with everything, so we're the one place to call to be a link to all the other services. So our youth support worker will talk to any youth who's there, find out what's going on. Sometimes youth just want to talk to her, and that's totally great. But if when she's talking to them, she finds that somebody wants to get help in other ways, she will connect them with some of our partner organizations. So we have counselors from the Community Addiction Mental Health Services here at the Cornwall Hospital. We have counselors from the KIP Psychosocial. We have nurses from the Eastern Ontario Health Unit, counselors from the Children's Aid Society, Lauren Crest Youth Support, U-Turn Youth Support, and City of Cornwall too for housing and social services are all ready and totally waiting and available right now to help anybody aged 12 to 25.
All right, and obviously a focus this week is on youth mental health. So even apart from the COVID-19 pandemic, why is focus on mental health important for youth, both in terms of maintaining mental health and reaching out for help when needed?
Yeah, it's really difficult for youth. I have two teenage girls, and it's difficult times right now. And sometimes there isn't always somebody to talk to, or you don't realize that you need somebody to talk to, but you just maybe feel a bit lonely. Or you maybe want to come and meet a few other friends, because at the Youth Wellness Hub, we tend to try to have people get to know each other and make it a nice environment. So it's really important anytime that a youth feels supported, and that the goal of reaching out to Youth Wellness Hub is to help youth really early on. What we really don't want to see is some youth who have been having troubles and worries on their minds, or having questions they want answered, and wait a long, long time, because by then situations can get a lot worse. So we're the easy, quick, local place to come and get information and hear about how we can help youth.
And we know that we're all feeling the impact of COVID-19, but you alluded to it as well, of the distinct effect that it's having on our youth. So maybe you could talk a little bit about how this is affecting and what we're seeing in the youth population right now due to COVID-19.
Yeah, interestingly, before COVID, sort of mid-March, we were getting really busy. We're physically located on Pitt Street, 212 Pitt Street, and we would easily have 8 to 10 youth just walk in off the street looking for help. What we're finding now, though, with COVID is those youth aren't reaching out for help. And I'm hearing that not just from the Youth Wellness Hub, but from other of the mental health service providers in the area as well. And that makes us really worried, because we know that there's many youth who still have help and are looking for help and have questions. Some of you say, well, I'm not stressed or anxious right now because I'm not in school, because certainly that's changed. But we know when they go back to school, some of the stresses and anxieties might still be there. The other piece is that right now their home situation might have really changed because maybe their parents aren't working, or they're all feeling like they're really tight together, being at home so much, and that can cause stresses in the house. So there's many youth out there who have new stresses and need help in new ways. And so we're really encouraging the youth to give us a call. We're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 to 4. Give a call, talk to Amanda. And even if you don't know exactly what kind of help you need, you just want to talk to somebody, Amanda's there.
Excellent. And so just how can people reach?
Yeah, the phone number is 613-935-3485. So that was 935-3485. Nos services sont disponibles en français. So please feel free to speak the language of your choice, and we can get resources to you. We will be having a contest very shortly. We are really active on Instagram and Facebook. So at Cornwall Youth Hub to find us on Instagram and Facebook. We're putting together some prizes right now to help get the word out about the Youth Wellness Hub, and that we do have counselors at the ready to have conversations and to help youth.
Excellent. On that note, Joanne, thank you so much for joining me, as well as what you and your team are doing for the community at the Youth Hub.
Great, and thank you so much for hearing about the Cornwall Youth Wellness Hub.